In this video, I'll show you how to use your iPhone 17. I'll go step by step through all the most important features that you need to know. So let's get started right away. First, let's go on the right side. So over here on the top, we have the power button. This power button, if you press on it, will put your phone to sleep. And if you press it again, will wake it up. Under the power button, we have the camera control button. Actually, it's a lot more than a simple button. So if you press on that, it will go directly in the camera app. And once you're in the camera app and you press this button, you'll be able to take pictures. You can also slide your finger on this button while you are in the camera app to change a few settings. So right now I'm controlling the exposure up and down. But there's also other settings available. You need to double tap the button without fully pressing it. So just a double tap like this, and now we can switch between different settings. Exposure, depth, zoom, for example, cameras. If we choose camera, if you click here to choose camera, you can choose between the 2x zoom, the 1x zoom, the wide angle, and if you switch again, you'll switch to the selfie camera. So it's very useful. Simply by swiping your finger, you'll be able to adjust these settings. If I double press again on this, you'll be able also to choose styles and also tones. Same thing, by selecting, you'll be able to swipe and adjust tones. Over here, if we look down below, there's no buttons. We only have a mic, some speakers, and the USB Type-C port of the iPhone 17. This is used to charge your phone, but you can also use this USB Type-C port to transfer data. For example, you can plug a USB drive over here, or even a micro SD card using an adapter. Otherwise, on the left side of the iPhone, we're going to have the volume down and volume up button. This can be used for something else, okay? Not only volume up. So if you're going to press at the same time volume up and the power button on the other side, you're going to take a screenshot on your iPhone 17. Let me redo it. Also, you can use these buttons, including the power button, to force restart your phone in case it's frozen. By pressing quickly the volume up, volume down, and keeping press the power button, you'll have access to the slide to power off slider that you just have to use, okay? Simply slide your finger to power off your iPhone. Finally, the last button over here on the left side is the action button. This button can be customized so it can do almost anything you can think. To customize it, open the settings of your iPhone, go down the list, select action button. Right now, there's nothing, but if you swipe left and right, you'll be able to choose, as I said, almost anything. So it can be the silent mode button, it can be the camera button, visual intelligence, flashlight. Actually, this is very useful. If you leave it to flashlight and you need to press it at least 1 second, it will activate the flashlight, and you can also turn it off. But as I said, you can also, for example, launch an app. If you go to shortcuts, choose shortcut, open app, you'll be able to select any apps that is currently installed on your iPhone. And every time you're going to press that button, it will launch the app that you have selected, or other options. The possibilities are almost endless. And on the back, although it seems that there's no button, there is a hidden one. You see the Apple logo over here, it can be used as a button. How do you do this? If you go into the settings, accessibility, go down, select touch, go down this list, select back tap, and here you have to select double tap. What does double tapping the Apple logo does? Click on the top and select any of these options. For example, if you want by double tapping the back to have your flashlight open, select flashlight, go back, and it got registered, which means that, let me demonstrate. I'll tap on the Apple logo. The flashlight turned on and the flashlight turned off. Now let me show you how to customize the lock screen. The lock screen is the first thing you see once you turn on your iPhone, okay? This, by simply keeping press anywhere on the lock screen and unlocking your phone, you'll be able to switch between different formats. And if you want to create a brand new one, click the plus icon over here. You can choose between different wallpapers or use your own photos if you click photos right over there. Let's say I want this wallpaper. You can enlarge the time. You can choose a different font, make it bolder or thinner, change the color. You can also, on the top, you see the date. If you click on the date, you can switch and add, let's say, the weather. Down below, you can add widgets. If you click the plus icon, again, you want the weather. Maybe you want a world clock to see the time in different time zone. You can add it. And down below, you have two shortcuts, one for the flashlight and the one for the camera. But you can delete these, add any other shortcuts you want from this list. So it can be, for example, to launch the timer over here, and instead of the camera app, you can choose that, I don't know, you prefer using the remote control for your TV. Once you're done, click the add button. You can select set as pair wallpaper, and this is it. You can click on it, and now you have a brand new wallpaper on the lock screen and also on your home screen. On the home screen, these are all the apps that come included with your iPhone. Obviously, you may not want them all to stay there. You can move them around simply by keeping one of them pressed and then dragging it in a new spot. You can also create a group simply by bringing one of these apps over another one and releasing. You see, it has created a group of 2 apps. You can add as many apps as you want in a group. Click anywhere on the screen so the icons stop shaking, and now you can use your iPhone once again. If you want to delete an app, you simply have, let's say I want to delete GarageBand, keep it pressed, and select Remove App. Delete app. Delete. And the app will be gone from your iPhone. If in the future you're searching for an app that is installed on your iPhone but you don't find it, swipe all the way towards the right side. Here are all the apps that are installed, and if you tap on the top, you can type the exact name of the app and it will bring it over here so you can easily launch it. Once you're in an app, if you want to exit this app, you simply have to drag up from the bottom of the screen and the app will disappear and you'll be back on the home screen of your iPhone. If you want to go back to that app or maybe any previous app you're using, do the same gesture. Drag up from the bottom of the screen, release, and here you're going to get each of the past apps you were using presented to you. Choose one simply by tapping on one of these. If you want to close the apps that are running in the background of your iPhone, drag from the bottom of the screen up so you have this view, and then simply flip up every apps you want to close. And you can do this with 2 fingers as well, or even 3 fingers if you want to close 3 apps at the same time. To go back, tap anywhere on your display. If you want to download a new app on your phone, you need to go into the App Store. The App Store is this over here. If you don't see it, again, simply swipe towards the right side, go in App Library and type App Store. And over here, you'll be able to browse all the apps that are available for your iPhone. Down below, you have Games. This will only show you games that you can download. And then you have Apps, which means that everything else that is not a game. Once you found the app that you want to download, simply tap on, you can tap on it. It will be presented to you. You can see some screenshots of the app. You can also see some reviews down below. And once you're ready, press the Get button. If you're not signed in into your Apple account, it will be asked to you to do it right now because you absolutely need to have an Apple account to download apps on an iPhone. So go ahead, enter your email, your password, and then you'll be able to download the app. At any moment when you're using your iPhone, even if, let's say, you are in an app, you can drag down from the top right corner and you'll have many shortcuts presented to you. The most important ones over here are the volume, you can drag up and down, the screen brightness. If you have some music playing, you're going to see it over here, so you can press play pause, and many other shortcuts to different features of your iPhone. Now, what you need to know is that you can add buttons to this screen. And by the way, there's multiple screens if you want to swipe up and down. If you press the plus button on the top left corner, click add control, you'll be able to browse to hundreds of different buttons that you can add on this small shortcut screen. So for example, maybe you want a shortcut to your alarms. Well, you can click alarm here. The alarm button will be added and you can move it to another spot. You're not obligated to keep it there. And the other buttons will move around, so it all makes sense. You can also delete a button that you're not using over here simply by pressing the minus button. And you can also make buttons larger if you're going to use them often. So over here I have my alarm shortcut. Every time I tap on it, it will go to my alarms. And I can use these shortcuts everywhere. So as I said, even if you launch an app, you want to have them, boom. Now, how do you take a screenshot on your iPhone, and also how do you screen record? To take a screenshot, you simply have to press at the same time the power button and the volume up button. So let me do it. And it took a screenshot over here. You can crop the screenshot by, as you see over here, dragging the corners. And once you're ready, you can click the check mark. And over here you have multiple options. Save to photo. It will save with obviously all the photos you took. Save to files. But also copy and delete, which is very useful. If you tap copy and delete, you can go ahead, open WhatsApp, open your messaging app, paste that photo and send it to somebody else. And the screenshot will not be saved on your iPhone, so it won't take any space. To screen record, you simply have to drag down from the top right corner. And over here, you should see the screen recording button. If you do not see it, click the plus button, add control, tap on the top and type screen record. Here we go, screen recording. Tap on this, position the button where you want it to be, and now you simply have to press on it. If you want to screen record using your mic, so whatever is recording, you also will get a recording of what you're saying, you can keep press on the screen recording button, turn the mic on, and press start recording. It will give you a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and right now the screen is being recorded. You can explain something to somebody. Once you're done, click the red button on the top, press the stop button, and it got saved in your photos. Every time you're looking to change your settings, well, obviously you need to go into this settings app. On the top, you're going to have the most basic features, including airplane mode. If you enable airplane mode, this means that you won't have access to any Wi-Fi and any cellular data. Down below, you have Wi-Fi. Click here and you'll be able to connect to any Wi-Fi networks that are around you. It will be on the display here. You have Bluetooth. If you're trying to connect a pair of Bluetooth headphones or Bluetooth speakers, you're going to see your device that are trying to pair with your iPhone down below, and you just have to tap on them. You have cellular for any data connection. Obviously, you need an eSIM card on this iPhone 17 to have access to any cellular data. and many other features that you may want to check out, including Apple Intelligence, standby mode. Standby mode is very interesting. Tap on it, turn it on, and every time you're going to charge your phone, okay, this is a wireless charger because this iPhone has a wireless charger over here and it's compatible with MagSafe, which means that you can plug a cable to charge your phone, a USB Type-C, but you can also simply put your phone on any MagSafe charger like this one. I'll put links down below. And if you turn off the screen, after 1 or 2 seconds, you're going to get standby mode, which means that your phone will stay with a clock, or you can have other options, including having your photo display, or you can also edit whatever you're seeing by adding small apps. So it's quite useful to have this on your desk while you're working. Having your clock over here, you can get your notification, and while it's charging, while your phone is still useful. As I said, you absolutely need to have your phone charging and turn your phone in landscape mode to enable standby mode. And the last thing I want to show you is how to add widgets on your home screen. So obviously there's apps, but you can also add these, this is called widgets, that are useful. So keep press anywhere on your home screen, click on edit, add widget, and here you're going to have to choose between many of them. You may even have more than what you see on your screen right now. So let's say I want a big calendar. Tap on it, choose what type of calendar you want to have as a widget. Let's say this one. Then I'll press add widget and it will be right over here. I can move it around, move it on another page, and it will stay there. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, take a moment and comment down below. Subscribe, like, and I'll put links towards Amazon if you want to get a case for your iPhone or many other accessories that are compatible. I have took the time to curate a list, so check them out, and at the same time you're supporting my channel if you go through my Amazon links. Have a nice day, like, subscribe, and comment down below.